And every fighter is not willing to walk through hell. You know what I mean?
It's cool.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis recently came under fire from Joe Rogan for turning down a rematch with Lamont Roach. Tank's lame defense of getting something in his eyes during the fight was criticized by Rogan, who also insisted that Davis couldn't simply leave after that long been accused of picking his opponents. Following his contentious fight against Lamont Roach Jr., in which many people think Davis's tactics were finally revealed, these accusations gained traction. The bout, which finished in a majority draw, challenged the narrative of Davis's invincibility by showcasing Roach's talent and tenacity.
That fight with Tank and Lamont Roach shows y'all how protected Tank has been for the past several years. And the people saying, oh, Tank know Lamont and he been respected Lamont because they fought in the amateurs. Man, he was cherry picking Lamont, and really thought he was going to get that win. But Lamont wasn't coming to play around. He stood his ground and fought back. And to be honest, he won the fight. The rematch is going to be a knockout.
Following the bout, Davis acknowledged that he had lost concentration in several of the rounds. He admitted that his performance fell short of his typical expectations, citing focus problems as a major contributing factor. Fans and commentators have questioned his mentality and preparation for the fight as a result of his open admission.
When you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must ain't do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that, or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
Well, what is?
You might see it in a minute. You definitely might see it in a minute.
Pundit Joe Rogan offered his thoughts on a crucial point in the bout, Davis's kneeing in the 9th round. According to Rogan, a boxer should be deemed knocked down if they willingly drop to one knee. He was shocked that the referee did not count it as such, implying that the fight's result would have been a Lamont Roach Jr. has been outspoken about wanting a rematch because he feels he has unresolved business with Davis and wants to prove himself again. Roach's camp has stated that they are certain their boxer can win a decisive victory in a prospective rematch.
Tank want a rematch. Let me know now. Do you want to fight Tank again? He said he open to do a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank
100%. It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
Okay. They say they want it in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I wouldn't mind, but I'd love for it to be in DC.
Okay, cool.
I love for it to be in
Many former boxing pros and boxing analysts believe Roach would have a big edge in a rematch. They contend that his performance in the first battle revealed shortcomings in Davis' strategy, and that Roach may take advantage of these in a follow-up fight.
Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach is staying as a draw, which is bullshit because Gervonta Davis obviously took a knee and it should have been counted as a knockdown, but it wasn't. But this just means that Lamont Roach is going to take Gervonta Davis in the rematch, unless Gervonta Davis ducks the rematch with Lamont Roach because he knows he's going to get his ass whooped once again.
If I get touched,
You come.
Roach's skill was recognized by Davis's trainer, who said they were fully aware of his potential. He stated that their original plan was all-encompassing and that, in the event of a rematch, there wouldn't be any significant adjustments. He thinks that their initial strategy was enough and that little changes would be enough.
Surprised by Roach and Tank. What do you think the biggest surprise was in the fight?
It wasn't a surprise because we know Roach. It wasn't a surprise. Roach can fight. A lot of people think because a person is not popular, they don't exist. There's fighters out there that can rumble. They just got to get the opportunity, you know?
Speaking of rematches, Jalil Hackett is getting his opportunity again to fight the guy that he had a controversial loss to. It'll be happening in Florida, I think, next week?
March 15th, I think.
Let's talk about
I'm rocking a major shirt now.
Major.
Yes,
Tell me, how's that rematch look like, and then what's the difference makers coming into this fight?
The first fight, I thought, everybody thought Jalil won. We just got to turn, hit the gears a little harder. We ain't really got to change too much. Just got to put the icing on the cake, Put the icing on the cake this time, that's all. He did enough to win the last fight, but we was in somebody else's territory,
This time around, being in Florida, do you feel like it's a mutual zone?
Yeah. It's more of an even playing field in Florida.
Okay. Do you feel like he needs a stoppage to win the fight due to what happened the first time?
Not necessarily a stoppage is good, but not necessarily.
Coach Bernie stressed how crucial it is for Roach to improve his strategy in case of a rematch. Although Roach did a great job, he acknowledged that there were times when he might have been more forceful. Bernie says Roach could win by a landslide if he became more aggressive and focused.
But he did good, Lamont Roach. But only thing, like I say, if he gonna go back and wish he threw his hands more, he might start getting mad at himself and realize that he when he watches the fight, it feel good to hear everybody say that. But when you go watch the fight and you realize, I let him slide too much. Like even the last round, he's standing there posing, looking at the man like and then he got caught with a jab. That wasn't good.
The adult boxing pundit Showbiz chastised Davis for offering justifications for his performance. He emphasized that Davis ought to have performed better if he had had a knowledgeable coach like Calvin Ford on his side and had been better prepared. In order to demonstrate his mettle, he persuaded Davis to accept the draw and seek a rematch.
Know exactly how the fight would have played out if it was ruled a knockdown real time. All right, Gervonta would have definitely changed his approach, and so would Lamont Roach. So you can't really say that everything would have remained the same. So you can't overturn it. And I just want to use this as an example because somebody added me on X. I'm sorry if I forgot your name, but they were like, yo, please bring this up when Bud Crawford versus when he knocked out Sean Porter. The same thing. Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter was pretty much even that fight. I remember when I called that fight, I had it 5-4 going into the 10th for Bud Crawford.
Yeah. So that's 5-4 Crawford.
Well, Crawford was told by someone on the side that he was down. And when he was like, yo, I'm down and shocked, Everyone knows this. He went right out to the 10th round and he dribbled Sean Porter off the canvas.
And right, and another combination. Beautiful work by...
In a fight that was pretty much even for 9 rounds. It's just something switched. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, you should always fight that way. Well, nobody's a robot, all right? It's just sometimes that shit just switch and your game plan change. You know, Terrence Crawford thought he was outboxing and controlling him. He never felt in danger. Come to find out, it was closer than he thought. Same thing with Madrimov. Bud Crawford didn't feel like he was losing to Madrimov. I bet you he didn't even think the fight was that close because he never felt he was in danger. But how the fight went, score-wise, the fight was extremely close. Well, same thing with Gervonta. You couldn't really say that if he was told that that was a knockdown and ruled a knockdown, that Gervonta would have remained the same. I just want to put that out there. Okay. As far as the rematch, Gervonta versus Lamont Roach, who do I got? I got Gervonta, and possibly by knockout.
His habit of avoiding difficult opponents. Boxing fans are speculating that Davis would dodge a rematch with Roach. Many think Davis would choose safer battles in order to maintain his record. His prior choices, such as declining a second battle against strong opponents, support this viewpoint.
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed
Right.
for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we taking?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's gonna be soon. I'm hoping it's gonna be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking